Good evening all, this is Chibuzo Konta, Trendy Africa, USA. Can I call you more sexy?
That's alright.
Folks, this is Omotola Jalade Ekeinde. Welcome to Houston.
Thank you.
So let's get down to why we're here today.
Right.
You're here for the movie premiere. And my first thought was like, why blood in the Lagoon?
Why did I do the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a very interesting story. I like to do movies where at least, apart from the entertainment value, you could get to at least reflect on life, in one way or the other. I mean, what's the point of sitting down for 2 hours if you can't take anything from the piece of work? And Blood and Lagoon offers us that opportunity as well, because it talks about, it gives you an opportunity to reflect on humanity and how we relate to one another, and the divisions in society, the class system, the status quo system, and basically just an opportunity to dream and achieve in life. So it touches all the subjects one way or the other, and I thought it was a very interesting take on it.
Oh, beautiful. You want to try to give our audience a brief preview, what it's all about,
the storyline. Something like, basically, because I can't tell you everything, obviously, otherwise you won't go to the cinema.
Definitely.
But I'll just give you a little synopsis of what the story is about, and it's basically about a divide or division on, for example, like a lagoon. And we all know what the lagoon kind of connotes. It connotes, should I say, entertainment, some kind of serenity, should I say, everybody's somewhat drawn to water, be it beach or the lagoon. And the lagoon is a little bit more calm, so people go there to either fish or to just go lounge on their yacht or something. And so, true life story, there's a very beautiful lagoon in Lagos, and on this lagoon there are two developments on either side.
Okay.
One is for the affluent, very rich people, and so you see these mansions and you see these yachts and this, beautiful places in Ikoyi. And on the other side of that same lagoon, you have Morocco, and you have the poorest of the poorest people in Africa, and they're practically living on the water on bamboo sticks, and it's as a major slum on that same divide. So you see two major classes of people on just one water bank, and so you see some young people from the Morocco side, to be precise in this movie, two boys who always go out to fish and are dreaming that someday they would be able to cross over from their canoe on this side of the river or the lagoon to a yacht on the other side of the lagoon. And in one of those days where they go out, to dream and to look and admire what life could bring them someday on the other side, tragedy strikes.
Wow, don't we see that often in many places, especially in Africa? The socio-economic status, the divide between the rich and the poor.
Actually, it's everywhere in the world. Maybe it's a little bit more magnified in Africa just because it's obvious, but even here in America, I mean, there are places where I have driven in LA, Los Angeles, and you go, oh my God, because the status quo, is, the division is quite, I mean, it's everywhere in the world, really, everywhere in the world. But I mean, there's some places where, should I say, it is more prevalent, it's more obvious. And so, yeah, in Africa, you have such divisions, very obvious, and the gap is pretty wide.
Okay, let me ask you this. How has it affected you personally, having played the role you played? What's your take from the making the movie?
I mean, it's just, for me, it's another opportunity to show, like I said, there has to be something from this movie eventually that speaks to your soul and that encourages people or inspires people, not in a preachy way, but in a way that it entertains you and it gives you hope, of things to come. So for me, I'll say the movie, the idea that, anything is possible if you put your heart to it or your mind to it and you work towards it legitimately, you know. And I like the fact that the movie tries to portray that, to encourage young people that, you know, there are so many ways to make it in life. You can either go the short route, which usually leads to disaster. It always looks good from the beginning, or you do the hard work. You put the sweat in and the time in, which usually looks longer, but in the long run is more fulfilling and more sustaining. And you know, basically that's the message. And yeah, that was pretty much well played out.
And of course, with a bit of luck and God on your side, that definitely.
No, we all knew that.
All right, thank you.
So basically, every aspect of a production has to be totally coordinated and in sync with the project and the final output of that project. You know, yeah. And it's a lot of coordination. There's a lot of people, a lot of resources that needs to be put together. Basically, everybody has to be in sync with, you know, the outward products, you know, that the product we want to put out eventually.
True.
Yeah.
Well said. How do you do it? How do you do it? Like, you wake up every morning, every day, and you've been maintaining something in terms of you put everything to it, and you've always been good. How do you keep the same standard going? And it's like you get better with every movie you make.
Thank you. I love what I do. I love what I do. Basically, I think that has to be it. Because if you love what you do, you always want to get better. You want it to be the best. So naturally, I enjoy it. I love it. I want it to be the best that it possibly can. And I know we can. I'm encouraged also by the fact that, you know, we've come this far. I mean, suddenly, Nollywood is probably arguably rated the second largest movie industry in the world. Who would have thought, you know, from something we started just in the 90s, right here. And, you know, there's so many industries that were in existence before we came in. So we must be doing something drastically fast to get here. So, I mean, so what it means is that we can still push harder, and we can do something and leave our, you know, footsteps in the sand of time. So that's something else that motivates me, to see that we're getting a lot of feedback, we're making a lot of progress, and we can just keep making it better. And who knows, we would probably end up leaving, you know, something really great for the younger ones coming behind us.
Absolutely. And we hope the federal government of Nigeria, you know, some other African countries that are trying to do this, they can also help in making the movie industry better, and also try to do something with regards to piracy and other stuff, you know,
right,
so that people can also enjoy from that sweat.
Yeah, so can recoup their money, because if you don't, I mean, filmmaking is very capital intensive, and so if I can't, as a filmmaker, if I can't make my money, then chances are that I will not invest in, you know, in movie making. I mean, who wants to throw their money into a pit, you know? Absolutely. So if I invest today, let's say $1,000 into a business, and I can't get back $100 next time, I would invest only $100. It's simple mathematics. It is what it is. So we pray that, you know, we can also tackle piracy in Africa, so that, you know, investors, because we have to see them as what it is, they're investors, can actually invest in the movie industry and make profit, and then reinvest into the business.
Beautiful. Well said. Okay, let's come back to this movie thing. This is Blood in the Lagoon. How we want people to come out? You're a crowd puller. You know, with your presence here in the States, we're going to probably have a full house tomorrow.
Hopefully.
So we want to tell them, we want to give a shout out to everyone. Those that are still trying to determine, or to say, okay, maybe I'll go, maybe I'll just leave, going to do other things. We want to make sure that you want to come out tomorrow. You need to come see Omotola Jalade Ekeinde in person. Let's hear something. Tell them something, like, let's bring them out to AMC Theater tomorrow. What would you want to say to them?
I want to say hi, Houston. How you guys doing? Okay, so I guess the last time I was in Houston was what, 1990? What?
4.
Oh, 2004.
Was that that long?
Yeah.
But I saw you like 2006, 2007.
Oh, did you? In Dallas? Yeah. But that was music, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was music.
All right, so yeah, but not in Houston. So I think in Houston it was 2004 or something, you know. So I'm here. I want to meet with everyone. I don't know when next I'll be coming around this climbs. So if you're in Houston, please come out and let's have a nice time and watch the movie. Yeah. And I guess who knows, we might even have the opportunity to take pictures afterwards and just hang out for a bit. So just come on, let's have fun, you know. Just one day, that's all. It's not like for a week.
So,
see you.
So folks, you'll hear what she just said now from Omotola Jalade Ekeinde, live and direct here in Houston. We need to close down the
And
house.
people say nothing really happens in Houston, so prove them wrong.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
Please. We know we're setting pace.
When I said I was going to Houston, they were like, Houston? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah. So, prove them wrong.
Okay, I don't know what Houston you're hearing about, but we know the Houston we live in, and we all know how it's done here in Houston. This is H-Time, and we're representing live in Houston, and we will shut down the house tomorrow. So if you're still undecided, we need you to buckle up and be ready and come out to AMC Theater tomorrow. Come out AMC Fountain, what's that? Lowy Fountain 18 tomorrow.
Yeah,
go on Google, look up Google Plus, whatever, look for the address, and at 6 o'clock tomorrow, we need you out there.
Boop, boop.
Live and direct, representing Trendy Africa. This is Chibuzo Conta. Thank you, folks. Good night.
Bye. So.